Yes, sir. It's the 9 to 5 Sports Guys. It's your boy T.
It's your man TJ.
What up, though? It's your boy Nom.
And we went on a small little hiatus for the summer. You know, everybody enjoyed the summer. You guys enjoyed your summer?
For sure.
I definitely enjoyed my summer. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody that's tuning in. But we're going to get straight into it. The football season is back, NFL season. Myself, the Jets, we got the Falcons, and we got
the dirty.
The Carolina Panthers. But before we get into our teams respectively, we had the first game, opening game, Patty Mahomes and Baltimore. Did you guys see the game?
Yep.
Okay. What are your thoughts? What is your takeaway from that game?
I think they should have went in overtime. The last play, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't concrete evidence to overturn, because the rule is whatever the calls on the field is what you stay with when you don't have
concrete. But
evidence.
They did show the toe in 4K though.
I'm just saying though, it could have been in the green, it could have been in the white. That's why I say they should have stuck with the play, because guess what? If they had called incomplete pass, or say he was out of bounds, they would have went to the replay to see if it was a touchdown or not, and they would have stayed with the call on the field as incomplete.
But isn't all touchdowns reviewable?
Right.
Yeah, so it's automatic.
So it's automatic review.
That's what I'm saying. They still gonna stay with the call that's on the field though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if it's no concrete evidence, you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is. It's championship night. You got they won't gonna let them guys lose regardless.
Now, we could blame Lamar a little bit, because I think it was like a play or two before.
Oh yeah, dude was wide open.
He was wide open.
I don't know where that ball went to.
Get no more.
I don't know where that ball went to.
He couldn't get no more open than that.
Right.
Now, what's your takeaway from the game?
Speed, lots of speed. Andy Reid is back. He has a chance to three-peat. I mean, very, very rare that we see the same team come back and they're better the next year.
And they ain't even had your boy Worthy on the field. So, I mean, the receiver, just as fast as Tariq Hill, he wasn't even on the field. So, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. You got to turn it down.
So
sound like Meek Mill right now, just yelling.
So basically,
no Diddy.
Hey yo, settle down.
Listen, we're not starting off the new year like that.
Settle down.
We're not starting off the new year like that.
Settle down,
So basically, what we're saying is Pat Mahomes, he's still, no matter who you put around him, he's still gonna do his thing.
Yeah,
it's obvious. I mean, he had to read. They had the one, probably the worst season of his career last year with throwing, drop balls, pause, and other things like that, and they still went and won.
Yeah,
I mean, you just got to make it to the playoffs, man, and then then it's on from there. But as of right now, they defending champs. We'll see how it go. Got 16 more.
So right now the Chiefs still looking like the team to beat, in the AFC, whole, just not the AFC, the NFL.
Well, I mean, Super Bowl is only one time where they both conferences meet, so that's why I just said in the AFC.
So moving on to Friday night game, and I will say this about the NFL, right? Before we talk about the game, the NFL is trying to corner every market, period. Because now I can see moving forward Friday games being a thing.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I think we had a prime. It was a game, Black Friday game, Jets and Dolphins on a Friday, and it's like some of these guys haven't played a game on Friday since high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got Thursday's on lock. Saturday's usually reserved for college football unless it's like the playoffs or close to the end of the season, and then Sunday and Monday.
Yep.
But now you're introducing a Friday night game, and now they in talks about they are talking about adding another game, so it could be 18 games, 2 preseason games. So it's like the NFL, they just trying to
capitalize.
I mean, whoever's in charge of their marketing is genius, man. I mean, it's the same thing when they introduced the first London game.
Yeah.
And it took a minute to grow, and then all of a sudden now we got all type of London games now.
So now, with that being said,
Germany, Brazil.
Yeah.
With that being said, what's the limit? What is the goal that you're trying to reach if you're the NFL? Because if you watch the game on Friday, the game was horrible as far as the conditions of the field. Like some of the throws, guys couldn't get their feet set. Right. Guys were slipping all over the place.
But it was like that. It was like that starting out in London too.
Yeah. Well, because isn't that a soccer field?
They're all soccer.
Soccer fields. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Outside of America, football is not number one. Soccer is their thing. Yeah. Because with football,
but they're fans of they're fans of the game cross seas.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think that's why the NFL is trying to reach out over there, because there are fans of teams over here in America, and as you stated, it is a USA sport.
Yeah.
But I just think they're just trying to reach them as far as showing them, because you can't put a team over there. Yeah, that's too much travel time.
Yeah, but I mean, in even then, it's. I was talking to one of the guys at work, and they were saying about the NFL trying to market, in markets that are dominated by their version of football, which is soccer. And it's like, you don't go to Spain to get a cheeseburger. you don't go to Italy, to get barbecue.
That shield, man.
So it's like,
that shield is different.
Like, and the NFL is an American game.
Yeah.
Now compared to baseball or basketball, that's international,
right?
You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's what they're trying to do.
That's and that's why I said the NFL is trying to, I guess, trying to corner that. And it's like, well, with basketball, you don't need as much as equipment. All you need is a hoop and a ball. It don't even have to be a basketball rim. It could be a garbage can. It could be a crate with the bottom out. But you don't need anything else but you and that thing. Same with a baseball. You need a stick, a ball, and that's it.
But see, the thing about it, the reason why soccer is so worldwide over there and over here, and they're using soccer fields for that. So they're taking advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you was playing, what the Raiders used to play baseball and football at the same time. They're taking advantage of that, all those opportunities. And I mean, the fact that they're going into Brazil and Germany and London and Mexico, I'm surprised they ain't in Canada yet.
Soon. Now I could see them putting a team in Canada.
Multiple. I can see you putting multiple teams in Canada.
If you really want to expand, because Canada is a big place, so you can have a team in Toronto, in like Vancouver
and Ontario and all them.
But the interesting thing about the Brazil thing was they put a team. I mean, they put a game in Brazil and had two teams that wore green, and they were saying that green is one of it's a gang thing over there in Brazil.
Well,
they asked them not to.
Well, Philly was more in black.
Black, yeah. I saw it. Philly was
more. What is Green Bay Packers gonna do?
That's what I'm saying.
Yellow. They could have used the throwback uniforms they had and did the yellow and brown.
Them ugly ones,
the banana stripes. Yeah.
That's what you want to give us.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Look, that's how you want to promote the game, like these mustard yellow.
Hey, if you want to avoid getting gangbanged, don't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So you got to do what you got to do. I mean, they could have went all yellow.
I mean, I think it's a matter of them trying to like you said, corner the market.
Yeah.
But they're also trying to create ways to get players from those markets. All NFL players only come from America.
You know what's so funny?
But they had some rugby players.
I was going to say that too.
Unless they're
majority
they're
of the that's why I said you don't go to these. You don't go over there to get a hamburger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're not getting no linemen from there. Nothing from there.
They've had a few rugby players, and plus, they have some international players in the league.
But think about it. That's sprinkled in. The NFL and baseball are one of the longest running sports there are. Yeah. Professional sports.
But you know what's so crazy though is that the NFL is not so internationally worldwide as it is. It's the highest grossing sport out there.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? To be compacted in one country.
But that's why I said the greed is coming in. You're already at the top without having to try to grab some more markets. Yeah. And that's without football being the number one sport over there. Mm-hmm. Just America alone, you're the number one sport. Mm-hmm. And basketball and baseball have an international audience. Yep. Hockey, you don't never see, and that's one thing I love about hockey. Hockey, they their market is their audience.
Yeah.
You don't see hockey out there and they try to be in Brazil or Spain or nothing like that.
Well, they control here in Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it originated in Canada,
Right,
but
right,
they know where their bread and butter is,
Yeah.
and that's what they stick to.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can try as much as you want to
Mhm.
grab another audience, but it's like, you know what? Let me go more towards my regular fan base. But the NFL is, trying to stick a football in a kid's hand that's been playing soccer his whole life. He looking at this like, what? You know what I mean?
But see, like they got rugby over there. They got rugby, so it's
Yeah.
similar, without the equipment. It's a big old ball. Pause.
Rugby.
You know what I'm saying? And they've had some rugby players
Yeah.
come over here and play.
Some rugby players, some soccer players,
Yeah.
or some of the kickers or punters are former soccer players as well. So it's just them trying to expand the revenue, but also get some more
It's a
interest.
violent.
What-
it's a
see,
violent game, man.
What messes up the NFL is that they don't have an Olympics, so they don't
Yeah.
get that exposure. Like
Right.
we can, and I said we can all agree that Team USA, not Team USA, the Dream Team is why Giannis, Joker, Luka, all these guys are in the league now,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
The Dream Team paved the way
It-
so that
it
the
made
next
it
30
made it a global game
yes,
Right,
the
right.
next 30 years
Right.
now basketball is like
everywhere.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, baseball, especially in the Latin countries where they go and they get most of this talent.
And Asian.
In Asia too, they
Yeah.
get all this talent.
Yeah.
But see, now perfect example, Asia has they have leagues over there,
Yeah. Yeah.
professional leagues,
Right.
Yeah.
where they play in the winter
Yeah.
instead of over here we play in the summer and the spring. They play and it's competitive. There's nothing else outside of America that really has a league that.
But they're trying to take that same blueprint that you said. Once these games became global, now these other countries are going to say, maybe we have the talent here, so let's create these small leagues
Mm-hmm.
that the NFL can pull players from, like the same way the NBA and MLB and soccer, they all
Yeah.
pull from these international leagues.
Yeah.
But see,
To me, I'm guessing.
the NFL football, American football is a violent sport.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
You comparing that to baseball, soccer, and basketball, which is less violent.
Boxing
to
and
play.
MMA is violent as
And
well,
if you-
but they have international.
Actually,
leagues.
yeah,
I know, but
that's
that's not a team sport. That's a one
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
that's a
but
choice you
in,
make.
in terms of
So
violence.
I won't compare that because you say golf too, but that's an individual sport.
Well, no,
Say
he was
No,
he,
no, no, I'm-
he,
I'm-
he was talking about the violent aspect.
violent
Right.
That's what he was
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, there's
but it's still
international
international,
leagues
yeah.
Right.
of these things
But the only sport that's more violent than all of them
because
is
they don't see it often. I think that's what it is. The NFL is trying to make it to where it's a normal thing for them to watch games
Yeah.
to say, hey, let's create leagues and emulate that.
Mm-hmm.
The same way they did with the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids were inspired by the Dream Team and said, okay, this is how you dribble, this is how you shoot. That is what I want to be like. Now we have Giannis and Jokic and Embiid and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you'll probably have countries with their own little leagues
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
playing the sport like that, and you can get drafted by it, like the
Yeah.
NBA and baseball. And
So-
all that.
The NFL, OCU Manuro, he does camps in Nigeria
Mhm.
and Ghana, and all they do is just work out linebackers and DNs and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. So it's being able to see something allows you to emulate it down the
Mhm.
line.
Yeah, your
'Cause-
boy from Cleveland does that too. The tight end, they have little,
Yeah.
little
And Joku.
yeah.
Now
yeah,
the beautiful thing
I think
about
the
the
NFL
NFL,
funds it.
yeah.
the beautiful thing about the NFL is that, the NFL is on Sundays. It's two things on Sundays that when you talk about Sunday, it's church and football, right? This is before they started adding all these extra days or whatever.
Yeah.
But the NFL has one thing that no other sport has. Their championship game is literally a party.
That,
party.
that
Yep.
everybody in the room knows nothing about.
Nothing
Yep.
about.
But the party.
You can go to a Super Bowl party,
Mhm.
never have watched
A single
football a day in your life.
Or
game. You
doing
can
it.
host a party
Host a party too.
Right.
and never watch the game.
Right.
And
You're
it's
right.
it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So, It's like, okay, wait, where you watching the game at? Oh, Johnny House? All right, cool. Bet. You go over to Johnny's house. Everybody's at Johnny's house.
I ain't know Johnny watch football.
I ain't even know Johnny watch. Who? Yeah, you go to Johnny. Yo, Johnny, who your team? Hey, nobody, but I got
right.
I got the spot where so that's the one thing football has, and I think that's what, it's become a party. You know what I mean? Now, I just wish they would have the game on the Saturday so it could really be a party.
I think
Don't go there.
Yeah,
we had the argument before. Yeah,
like,
but it's only because every other sport is a series.
Yeah,
that game is just one game,
absolutely.
one night.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
winner take all type of vibe. So I think they're trying to maximize
like a boxing match. Yeah,
and then the thing, like a boxing, it could be like that too, where you can have a fight party and everybody come, and the same thing with men or women that don't really watch boxing, but they could be there, have your little guacamole dip and everything. But that's the one thing. Boxing, you can add boxing too, but the one thing NFL has, their championship, is like that's that's the ultimate prize, and it's a party.
Show and everything.
Halftime show, performances, commercials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People spending millions of dollars on a 30-second ad.
Yeah.
What other sport has that?
Halftime show.
And it's like, oh, who's performing? Rihanna, Beyonce.
You want to know who's who's performing this year?
Oh,
they just announced it earlier.
Who?
Take a guess.
Who performing at the
Take a
Super Bowl
wild
halftime
guess.
show?
Take a while.
Future.
They not like us.
They
They not like us.
Hey, yo, that man had one hit record. Now all of a sudden he gonna be in the halftime show.
Not like
Now,
30 minutes.
That's diabolical, right?
But we had said that it should have been like somebody like Lil Wayne or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
because
in
it's in
New
New Orleans,
Yeah.
but or just the whole Hot Boys.
But then again, you don't know because they always add
if he
people.
brings out the Hot Boys
listen,
on one of his sets,
It should. This is how the lineup should have been, right? Big Frida, Cash Money, and No Limit.
you ain't gonna throw Hurricane Chris in there?
I mean, we talking about
Why you gonna
no
just talk about
disrespect
the Halle Berry?
no disrespect to Hurricane Chris, but we talking about the legends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Of New Orleans.
Yeah. The whole bring out the tanks,
Just bring out
But-
and
fatigues and tanks.
It's so much time you don't know because they keep adding people
Yeah.
to the show. So
but
I
see,
mean,
no, listen, shout out to Kendrick for capitalizing on this.
of course,
It's diabolical if
Diabolical.
it's a halftime show and then you heard dun, 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 dun,
hey, look,
dun,
that come on,
dun,
it
dun,
ain't gonna
dun.
matter
Yo,
what
the
city
whole
you in.
Toronto's probably the only place that he can play that and it won't
man.
get crazy. But
It's
shout
crazy,
out to your
Again,
boy.
It's a thing. Part of that. Look how much people look into that a halftime show.
Halftime
at
show.
A world championship game.
You got some people, right,
Mm-hmm.
men and women, that only come to the Super Bowl party for the halftime
For
show.
the halftime.
yeah.
While everybody's using the bathroom, getting they refills,
Yeah.
getting more drinks and food. They're like, okay, all right, everybody get out. I'm watching the,
I mean, this is literally the only game that people will take the next day off for.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Because you know why? They play the game at they start the game at 9 o'clock, so
Well,
they don't finish till
it's
damn
at
near
6 and
1
then it
o'clock
ends
in the
about
morning.
12.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
They start the game at, it's supposed to be at what, 8:30. They don't
8:30.
start till about 9. The halftime show is 45 minutes.
Yeah, I really wish they would put it on a Saturday though.
Yeah.
They
So,
really would. Saturday you'll get more. You'll get more than what you get
yes,
on a
because
Sunday.
you know why? Your regular 9 to 5ers that are working Monday through Friday, and even if you work on a Saturday, if you get off at a decent time, because the game they don't start till freaking 10 o'clock at night, you can still watch the game and have a nice little Super Bowl party. So,
Yeah, man. Just shout out to Roger Goodell for trying to expand the TV market for them. So it is what it is.
yeah, I mean,
Hey.
But we're gonna go into the NFL picks after this break. We'll be right back.